be the go-to.
The helicopter.
Yeah. Well, I sexually identify as a snow chugger, so I don't know about you, but
I would rather not say.
all right, good. Let's not share those private moments on the stream. This is gonna go live. Like I can't unrecord these things.
Someone was forcing me to say something to like prove that it's a live broadcast, but the word that I was to say, it's something that I can't really say on the stream.
Okay. Well, that's too bad.
Yeah. Well, turn 1 Hunted Creeper into turn 2 Hunted Creeper seems kind of nice, right? Oh no, it goes with the knife juggler, which makes sense because there was no coin for the role player.
Firebat has to eviscerate that juggler.
Yep. Mad Scientist, well, that's a good draw.
Yeah. So far, there's nothing to say that it's not a mid-range hunter.
I think so.
From the rogue's perspective, from the hunter's perspective, this looks like oil rogue, pretty standard. At least you have to assume that that's the case. But until the Lepronome comes out, I think
It's pretty straightforward for now. Like
for the
it
hunter,
turns
yeah.
out they last like 2 seconds.
Yeah, they play themselves out. That's a nice turn 5 though. That Blood Mage Thalnos.
Oh.
Do you just go Lepronome Abusive Hero Power? Because that's gonna
Yeah,
be
I
a
think
really
you do.
nice Fan of Knives, man. That's gonna be a disgustingly good Fan of Knives.
Well, I still think it's the best what you can do. And do you push for damage with the weapon? If you play 4 weapons in your deck, you can maybe try that.
Yeah, because Hunter tends to play now Glaive Zukas and Eagle Hornbow. One of each, like sometimes, yeah, 2 Glaive Zukas, 1 Eagle Horn, or the other way around. So you'll see
second
between
Farseer.
3 and 4 cards in general.
That's really important.
And look at that, Blood Mage.
So
It's frustrating, because...
you if that's a freezing trap, but for sure it's not. This might ruin your hunted creepers here.
Yep, that's exactly what you're scared of in this position.
Blaze Flurry. Well, that's also important. You can clear that. But do you want to? I don't think you want to. You will sacrifice the Thalnos and 1 dagger, right? And then play
Yeah,
Farseer.
and then play Farseer and Fan, I think. Well, it
What
doesn't matter
about-
which order you do it in, honestly. Like, you
Yeah,
could just
yeah.
Fan of Knives, Blade Flurry, or Fan of Knives.
What about just Fan of Knives, sacrifice?
Blood Mage.
No, you want to get
Dagger
the draw
charge.
first. So you'd rather go with sacrifice the Thalnos now, attack. That's basically it. And if you're even worried about that hunted creeper, you know?
Well, the thing is, Firebat, even like he could remove stuff, but the problem he's got after that point is that he's not playing to win because he can't counterattack. That's what he's realizing. He's thinking to himself, like, I mean, I could play Fan of Knives, I could play Farseer, but I've got to get a damage in somehow. and
that's
just
the
not
second
happening.
weapon. Well, this is really important. Now just go phase with everything,
Yeah, you
and-
just forget about everything and just
and you go with phase with weapon too. Yeah.
deal as much damage as possible.
So next turn you will be rogue will be at 5, explosive trap at 3. So you have to use Farseer this turn.
Yeah, you have to play Farseer. Hopefully you even have a heal bot in that deck.
But you go
That's-
now. You start the race with the oil, right? Oh no, wait, you can't.
You can't do that though.
Oh crap.
That's the issue. You'd love to, but you can't. I almost feel like, I mean, you could gamble and play Edwin, but you might as well just play the Farseer for health. It's just to push that for that extra tiny bit of damage. But now you're dead to kill command if you do that, so you've got to be...
It
Oh, man.
goes for the oil. So he's dead, right? 3, 5.
No, he's
6?
not
No,
dead.
no,
He's
one
one
off.
off.
But
Yeah.
there's so many draws for Hunter to just to kill him all.
hmm
So now he goes for the Farseer. Yeah.
Oh man, this explosive trap is so dangerous. It's bringing him super low. At least it's not going to give the Eagle Hornbow another charge. That's the one upside. That's a 2-turn clock for you.
Oh!
Well, never mind. It's a 1-turn clock. Anti-heal bot or bust.
You just go damage with everything. And that's it. So
Yeah,
you
that
basically won the
was
game because you saw two Farseers already, one without any value, and most likely there will be no anti-kill bot.
well, Firebat's still making the optimal play, but that's not gonna be enough. He's gonna hope that it's a freezing trap, but we all know what it is. Explosive trap, and his rogue will be going down to Gaara's hunter. So Gaara has to go for his mage or shaman as a follow-up. And knowing that there's a rogue, I don't think I'm queuing up my shaman into it quite yet.
Yeah. And there's a rock biter weapon.
Well, it's a prep sprint. I don't dislike that.
Lightning Storm. That's something that might be really crucial in the later state of the game when the Violet Teacher will be developed on board.
Yeah, when
And
the Violet
now-
Teacher goes out of control, it's pretty insane.
Oh, Doctor 7. There's no way it can be Doctor 3.
Yeah. I mean, druids can do miracles, but that's
Double
about it.
Eviscerate. That's nice.
Yeah, it deals with fire elementals and drakes pretty effectively. Especially drakes.
Mm-hmm.
I like drakes.
So next turn will be Violet Teacher, Prep, Eviscerate if there will be something really big from Gaara, but most likely there will be nothing big. So what do you think about Prep Sprint?
I think I almost prefer. I prefer that by a long shot.
Mm-hmm.
Like in this position, there's really no point.
So next turn you can play Farseer into Eviscerate, which is also fine. Double. Oh.
Insane pickup here. Double Tinkers could be set
What
up.
Firebat has to pick with another draw isn't Prep. If you get
Yeah.
like a Prep,
Oh my god.
then you can squeeze double oils and Blade Flurry, and this is just disaster. With that two Eviscerates, it's basically lethal with just those cards.
Yeah, but you still have to be mindful of the necessity you've got to wipe the board. But yeah, I mean, you could effectively Firebat, if he finds a prep, could go all in on damage right now. Ignore everything, just go full damage if you wanted. At least in the near future. Not yet, but close. No, Gaara's
So-
considering playing
I think you
Flame
have to play Flame Tongue.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a bit risky because you don't want to overextend the Blade Flurry, but at the same time,
Why-
you've got two creepers.
Why would you play Creeper on the left side, and not the right side?
Because your totem spawned there? I don't know. It's kind of weird. It is weird. Well, that's the
So
Eviscerate
light-
we were speaking of.
Lightning Bolt would feel great against the Farseer, but then you can't play the Fire Elemental. So you
I
would
think I like
rather use the
Rockbite.
Rock Biter, right?
Yeah, I think Rockbiter is a bit safer, just because that way you can queue up your Firely and Dr. Boom back to back pretty
that's
nicely
one
here.
turn. Yeah, and then you have a finish with Crackle and Lightning Bolt. Well finished when the Rogue is at 23 points of life. It's
Yeah. Well, I mean, with Dr. Boom and Firely, it's pretty close to a finish. It gets the job done.
So what about Violet Teacher Sep?
On the-
100 Creeper.
Yeah, you could sap a creeper, I guess.
It's not bad. It's like
Yeah.
you gain tempo. You sacrifice board. You sacrifice card advantage.
And
But
it feels bad, but at the same time, I guess. Can you really afford to choose here? I don't really like it, honestly. Feels a bit weird. But it might be the play.
Yeah.
And it is the play. Yeah, I mean, what else do you really do? Like, do you Blade Flurry and put down a bunch of 1-on-1s? Obviously not. There's like no way for him to deal with this without a Fan of Knives. Fan of Knives would have been probably one of the most relevant cards at this point with a good prep.
Second Elemental. But he goes for the
Crack.
Crackle. Okay.
Yeah, because he
Right.
effectively
No,
lost.
never mind. Yeah.
Well, that sap was
Quite a
negated.
lucky Crackle. Like 7 points of damage and wow. That Taunt Totem is really important against those Blade Flurries. I mean, there's...
Wait, if he does that, then he might mill a card. So he needs to find prep or backstab.
well, there's
I
a
think he
huge
just
chance...
doesn't make SI. Yeah.
This guy's tough.
I think that is more stable in general. Well, that Fire Alley is gonna get some value. That or you just go full face, but it's too early.
Second
Unfortunately.
Crackle. Well, you play the alley, right?
Yeah, you play Elemental, kill the Farseer probably. I don't know. Depends on how much you plan to burst your opponent and how much you put him on a Shadow Step. Which is effectively 0% of the time almost.
The problem is now the oils will have value. Nah, they won't.
So you start with Blade Flurry? That doesn't seem too good, but actually you
What do
could
you
Blade
do?
Flurry eviscerate Edwin. Oh, so that's the thing.
Can you repeat?
You Blade Flurry,
Mm-hmm.
eviscerate the Elemental, and then Edwin.
There's like huge amount of creatures on board, but I
You
think
could
that's
dagger up Tinkers. I mean, that's fine too. There's two lines of play over here that I really do like, but those are the only two. And he does go for that one.
so he goes for damage. So I really like that.
Yeah, I can understand. Like when you have a second Tinkers and an eviscerate, I can't fault you for going face.
So, but Gaara has 10 points of damage on board.
And the potential. Oh my god,
and
that's
that's
more spell
potential
damage.
4, 8, minimum 8. So if he rolls high on Crackle, that's still not lethal. So second
enough.
Fire Elemental.
You're playing into Blade Flurry really hard though. That's
So you
kind
just
of the problem.
sacrifice 3 of your spiders, and
It's that
roll
or
a
you
totem?
play. Yeah. Oh no, I play Dr. Boom into this.
yeah, right. Yeah.
Doctor skill. If it doesn't have an answer to it, then you're pretty good to go. I mean, I guess there's a good argument to be made for Fire Elemental straight up, without much of a discussion. Like you just play Fire Alley and totem up.
He will be at 14. So how can you kill him next turn? There's no way, because Crackle can deal 8. So you need those damage from the bombs. Really need that.
Yeah, you need the damage to hit, so Dr. Boom will help. Well, the rogue needs to find another flurry here. I can't really think of much that's going to save her.
Sprint into
Oh, man.
into prep and Blade Flurry.
That's nothing so far. A sap will buy him a turn. Wait, no,
well-
it doesn't buy him a turn.
Not really, because that's 6, 9, 12, 16.
Yeah, GG.
With Drake is GG.
Yeah, Drake actually ensures the win here for Gaara. So Shaman is against all odds gonna just
And a Rogue
completely
Biter.
shatter the rogue's hopes.
Yeah,
of
so that's
winning
lethal
a-
even without the Drake.
Well, I mean, every single outcome that I expected to come out otherwise today that was fairly lopsided turned out to be completely different. Is he trying to look for a fancy way to kill his opponent?
I don't know. Sylvanas. Okay, good to know.
Krakow!
Boom. 6. Wow.
Rockbiter! Now
So
you have to
Gaara
lightning
takes,
bolt your own boombot. Oh, come on. Gaara, come on. Alright, GG here. Gaara's gonna be taking a
Ow.
win
A
again.
really early heads. How do you say? Hungry? No, I'm really hungry.
Oh, this looks like it's not Mech Mage.
So it's more like a fatigue mage.
That is Reynad's deck again. That is, so far, these cards are probably contained in that Mage deck that I was talking to you about, the Value Echo Medivh deck.
So how does this win against a rogue? Is there a way it can win against rogue? The Blaze Flowers
Actually,
are just...
like, if you get good Sludge Belchers, you're pretty set.
So if you get like 6 Sludge Belchers, you win?
Yeah, all the time, obviously.
Okay.
You know? Oh my god.
There's the Echo of Medivh.
Yeah. I mean, the weakest matchup for this deck is probably Hunter.
Well, you can get like 16-16 Advin.
Okay, Unstable Portal might break the game.
Hello! And what's this? King Crush, second time today. Whoa! Wow, no way! So now Firebat has to play around a Clockwork Giant with coin.
Would you ever play around that?
No way.
You wouldn't.
No
Oh
way.
my god. What am I-
Reynad just knows everything. This card is broken.
Unstable portal MVP. What is going on? So I think you just empty your entire hand. You just
Well,
dump
you
everything.
have to deal with
Yeah, you
with a
backstab.
hand block. Basically, it's a mountain giant.
Oh man.
It's like
It's a good thing he's got that backstab eviscerate with Thalnos, because
Yeah.
otherwise this would have gotten out of hand really fast.
but he just lost so many cards.
Whoa. That was a pretty high pressure minion.
It felt like it was turn 3, right? So it was like a coin mountain giant.
And you look at that Sorcerer's Apprentice curving out with Mirror Entity perfectly.
So you
That's
kill
gonna
the
force some
Thanos, kill it,
advantage.
right? Oh, sap one turn too late. Well, it didn't really matter against the Clockwork Giant.
Oh, that's gonna give a pretty good headwind to that Mirror Entity.
So then we'll see a Frostbolt ping, right?
I mean, in this matchup, you have to kill the Sorcerer's Apprentices
Yeah,
as soon
you
as
do.
possible.
So what about Echo of Medivh and sacrifice the Edwin?
And then you play Frostbolt Edwin next turn. I don't hate that. I mean, you can even play another zombie Chow here.
You can play Zombie Frostbolt Edwin for a 6/6 Edwin.
Yeah, that's actually near perfect. Well, he's gonna opt for something else, but he's still gonna be keeping his Edwin as far as we know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see any anywhere this Edwin's going. This
Well,
Lotep's
Lotep
gonna
is like a
prevent-
no-brainer here.
Yeah, I mean, you can't afford having this mage. Play any spells that are going to give him more tempo, and the good thing is you're healing up a little bit with that zombie Chow.
So now we have
Well,
to
that is a
drop the-
crazy Kirin mage.
Yeah, much value.
Wait, he's not gonna play the Mirror Entity
What-
for free.
Um,
It overrides the...
do you
the-
have to? But you can like bluff a counter spell.
I'd consider it, but he doesn't seem interested. I guess what he's thinking is, I'm gonna play Kirin mage next turn with Mirror Entity and Echo of Medivh right away, but that's...
Okay, he went aggressively, so that's good.
Okay, that's why he played the Pilot Shredder. Not playing for the long game. Well, I guess Mirror Entity against Rogues is not exactly a valuable card in general anyway, since they don't play 1,000 minions. But they do play a sufficient amount that I think it's pretty interesting.
I'm back. Sorry, I lost connection.
That's no problem.
Well, I
I
can
heard
s-
picked up.
I still can see the cast.
All right,
Oh,
well,
okay, I see it. So
Yeah.
he can play one secret, okay, for free. Duplicate seems like a decent pickup here.
yeah, it will save probably a Kirin mage. Well, then again, the amount of secrets that mage deck plays is high enough that he's happy to get the Kirin mage back.
Mm-hmm. Especially with the Echo of Medivh, because then you can squeeze a secret an Echo of Medivh and replay a creature. Well,
Alright,
that's
well,
sad. That's
another
quite
duplicate.
important. And but look, Noxious, the second time today. There's
what
a
is the ooze?
yeah, the ooze.
Yeah, I guess it wants
It's
to
your
say
signature card, so you know.
hi. Yeah. It knows I'm casting. It's trying to send a message. Man, this Kirin mage with Mirror Entity is just disgustingly awesome.
Yeah.
And look at that Echo of Medivh. It's going to give such good value with a Powder Shredder next
So-
turn.
Well, you have to kill the Belcher. You can't really allow your opponent to have Echo of Medivh Belcher.
Well, down comes the Drake for the mage, and Firebat is, I was gonna say...
if he, I don't know, man. This you will sacrifice the ooze, right, to kill the Belcher.
Yeah. If you had a prep out that Fan of Knives, you could have gotten a decent eviscerate, but it's not worth it. Well,
Second duplicate. Well, you want to
think-
get that Echo of Medivh right out.
yeah. You play Powder Shredder Echo, and you replay another slime.
You can play Kirin Tor and Echo into duplicate and ping.
Whatever it is here, I think this is the best turn you're gonna get to play Echo.
We have many secrets.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
I mean, I guess there's an argument to be made for not playing it, but I just don't see why.
Well, you can play a second slime, but do you want to do this? You want to keep that slime in case something goes wrong, right?
I guess you might as well. It's like it acts as a totem in this case. And you can just get 1 extra damage to the face with a ping. But you can play. That's the cool thing about this quote-unquote new mage deck, is that because it doesn't play, at least it's not supposed to, and I haven't seen anything to disprove that, it doesn't play fireballs. You don't go face at any moment because you think you're going to be top decking your win conditions. You play for the board all the way through, and that's why you sometimes have to play a little slower than you otherwise would like. But that's a part of the way the deck operates, and you're always ahead on the card draw because of Echo and Duplicate. Those two cards together, if you get them out,
Well, it's not a card draw, but it's card advantage.
right? Yeah, card advantage. Your deck contains like 45 cards. It's pretty crazy.
Fan of Knives? Why wouldn't go for Agent Eviscerate?
You have to kill. I mean, yeah, I guess Agent Eviscerate is actually a bit better. Sure, you're not getting the 1/1s, but you're getting a 3/3, so.
You still get 1/1.
Yeah, instead of getting 2 though, you get only the 1. I feel like
he goes
getting
for-
more minions might
Okay.
be. Okay. Could have started with Agent to give him 2 slimes, but
Well, he has to kill the Drake, I think.
man, I swear, if Firebat finds a Blade Flurry, and so many Kirin mages, holy hell!
Counter spell.
Yeah, that's a one-of generally in these types of decks, but we'll see.
But it can be really important.
Oh, it is.
Well,
It's
it will
really
deny a Fan of Knives. Most likely.
Well,
Oh, never mind.
probably a better denial. Or it might deny deadly.
And he denies deadly poison.
At least you're getting the 1/1. And you're getting Backstab, Fan of Knives for a complete kill.
So it doesn't look good for Gaara anymore.
Well, there was a turn I think he could have gone offensive instead of playing defensively, but I can empathize with the line of play that he took completely. I think it was very, very defendable. The problem is right now, like the board that Rogue got off of this is really tough to contest.
Now you have the similar problem as Druid has. There's no way of easy comeback.
You could tech a Flame Strike in this deck, but there is none that I'm aware of.
And he didn't play the Mad Scientist, so I think he doesn't have any more secrets in his deck.
2 duplicates, 2 mirror entities, 1 counterspell. I think that's the extent of the stuff
And
that they're
second
playing
sprint
in
from
there.
the top of the deck.
Well played.
Well played, exactly.
Yeah, Gaara says, well played, and he finds a prep for a nice
And a Blade Flurry.
prep Tinker's Blade Flurry. That's actually a complete wipe.
Well,
Depending on what comes out, obviously, but
yeah. And it hits a minion which can attack, which is really crucial.
and Nat Pagel and Mistress of Pain.
Well, it's 8 points of life.
Yeah, and unfortunately for Gaara, that deck, as far as I'm aware, probably doesn't run Flame Strike. I'm just not
Really
sure
nice.
about.
Frostbolt, that's not gonna cut it.
I mean, I guess you could just flood the board with your Kirin Mages and the Mad Scientists. You could just Frostbolt as well. Yeah.
That doesn't really seem good.
Well, it's all gonna be down to those 2 next cards. There's a Drake and another card draw.
Oh,
Yep, that's not great.
wow. So now we play Drake.
Well, I mean, you could play Violet Teacher Tinkers, even if it buffs something you don't like. It's fine. Against this mage deck, it's fine. He's got no removal essentially.
And he hits a minion that can attack, which is not bad.
Well played.
You kill this second dude, right? With your weapon. Yeah.
Yeah. You're not afraid of fireballs in this deck in general, unless you don't know the deck list.
Oh, he goes face?
Yeah, you can get
Oh, that's-
lethal
yeah.
almost next turn, so... It's all gonna be about those mage top decks, and that is not a top deck you want to see.
So you still have 1 taunter.
Yeah.
And you have to
Rubbish,
play everything.
Yeah, you flood the board with everything you've got. I really think Gaara. I think there might have been a pretty good opportunity in the mid game to deal about 16 damage to the rogue. That whiffed.
I'm almost out of cards.
I'm almost out of cards, so really close. Really
If the
close
mage
to
plays cold
taking
out,
out
I'm out of cards.
out
Yep.
of cards. So Gaara has only that, but that only is enough to win the game.
yeah, you're healing up your opponent's rogue with Zombie Chow. I mean, Firebat is gonna be able to take this game. I think next turn should be the last turn, unless Gaara is playing something
Like a
like
mana
a Flame Strike. Yeah, that that is not a Flame Strike.
Well, that was a fun game, but didn't turn out well for Gaara.
So we are seeing Mirror Image. I was gonna say it fits the deck because it's got Mana Worm and the Sorcerer Apprentices. So I don't know why.
And they have
Well,
so
you
much
wouldn't.
value of Echo Medivh.
Mhm.
Oh, never mind. There's a Fireball in Firebat's hand. So it's Freeze Mage. So what can
could
you tell
be-
me about this matchup? Because I think that's kinda leaning towards Firebat.
Honestly, this is a matchup I'm not too comfortable. The one thing I can tell you is that the deck that Gaara's playing has a really good matchup against Control in general because it's got so many recurrent threats. You can get everything you want duplicated. You
But at
can
some
Echo
point-
Medivh, good stuff.
At some point you will get Alexstrasza and
Yeah, then
Fireball
you lose
away.
the game. Yeah. And that's the thing, is Mage is the best at stalling the Zoo approach. I mean, Freeze Mage is the best at stalling the Zoo approach that this new Tempo Storm Mage is attempting to do.
oh wow, that's already 22 points of damage in the hand of Firebat, but it requires 18 points of mana, so that won't happen very soon. Very soon. And not quite a good opening hand for Gaara either.
No, it's actually horrible.
There's
I
no
mean, it's
Echo
not
Medivh.
horrible, but it's just definitely not good. You want to be able to get those.
Value from
echoes.
the Currentors, right? What?
Is he gonna start fireballing the face already?
So turn 4 Fireball.
Yeah, why not? You know.
Turn
What
5
else is he gonna do?
Fireball. Turn 6 Frostbolt Icelands.
That's got to look a little weird to, to Gaara. Lothab comes out. Okay.
That's well, you know, if you saw Fireball on turn 4 to the face like a Dennis would play.
No, you've got to be super wary of what's coming out. And this is probably the best line of play. And if anybody's gonna be pop, I mean, do you just draw the Doomsayer here and force the mage to spend 7 damage on it?
I think so.
You could
Oh,
pass
you
and
do
try to
not.
wait for a freeze. 'Cause you're guaranteed to get value out of it.
So you play Duplicate just to fake the counter spell? Okay, never mind. Maybe I'm just thinking too much.
Ice block into Frostbolt Icelands for 7, then you Fireball and Pyro when you win. I mean, this is boring, but it's functional. It takes a few turns to set up.
It's effective.
Yeah, you could play Doomsayer as well, honestly. I don't even hate that line of play, because you're not really on Flame Strike yet. You're not quite, I mean, you're not really ready to Pyroblast, that is. So you could force a Doomsayer kill in order to play Flame Strike into the stuff they've got. But it's so weird. It's so weird.
What to do?
Well,
Wait, what if you Iceland Slothab, you Frostbolt Kirintor? Nah, never mind.
you have Flame Strike next turn. So
Yeah.
you want to set up the Ice Block now.
You have to not die.
That's a...
Pretty obvious staple of Hearthstone. Yeah, so he's gonna go for the Ice Block Doomsayer. The thing is, like, what I mean by you have to not die, and I should probably. Oh, wow.
Oh wow, so now you get a second low tap. And this might be game if you get a second low tap.
Yeah, no, this is definitely the echo you want. This is the echo you've been waiting for all your life.
But wait. How many cards is that? That's 6 cards. And you have...
You start with duplicate, I think. By
you start
you
with
start
duplicate, yes.
Yeah.
The-
You're gonna
but-
get 2 sorcerers, which
I mean, the Echo of Medivh gets you the cards in the order that they were played. So
You're gonna get Sorcerer's Apprentice, yeah. No, Echo of Medivh is gonna give you everything. Like, you have enough cards. You have enough room for the...
I'm just wondering if, you know, if he's like counting if there's an option that he will overdraw or whatever, but there's an option like that.
Oh, yeah. If he's
Like-
worried about that.
If he plays a minion and then Echo of Medivh, then it gets you 7 cards. Like,
Oh man, he was so close to popping that ice block, but he's gonna do it next turn, no problem.
yeah, that's so insane. Second loaded, man.
Yep, you play that next turn, pop the block, and wave goodbye to Firebat. Yeah, in
3,
Firebat, all he
6,
knows.
9 cards. Right?
Yeah, he's not overdrawing unless Firebat pulls out a Collateral.
Second Flame Strike, well, that's pure value.
Fireball the slime, boys. Fireball face. So your only hope here is to top deck Ice Block, by the way. Because he plays Lotheb, and that makes Ice Block cost exactly 8.
Yeah.
And he can play that. He can do that. It's just that... Does he really have a
Crucial draw
follow-up?
from Gaara here with that Echo of Medivh. It's like
Yeah.
the best thing ever.
Second Lotheb will probably just seal the series altogether.
Yeah, wow. This is like life coach would say, yeah.
9-9, you will not win. Oh my goodness. How the hell do you handle this as Firebat? There's no answer, is there? What on earth?
Sheep.
You know what? That would have been not too bad, but Gaara is gonna take the series against Firebat, showing the world the Tempo Storm can come up with really creative mage